Good morning, happy Monday. I'm heading into the gym now. It's just about 9 o'clock on the dot. I'm gonna go get a good workout in and then get my week going. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Blair Lamb. I make vlogs about all the different parts of my life, and I try to get a weekly vlog up every Sunday where I share snippets of my week. So welcome to this week's weekly vlog. It's about 3 o'clock here on Monday afternoon. I did work out in the morning. I think I briefly filmed walking into the gym, and then I have been radio silent all day because my Mondays are usually very admin heavy, and that was especially the case this Monday morning because I had a very sweet friend in town over the weekend, and so I really wasn't on my computer or my phone at all, and I had a lot of customer service questions that I needed to get back to, and people requesting returns and exchanges and questions about shipping and just all of those normal things, but there were more than normal because I typically try to get to those as they come. If you're new, I run a small online t-shirt and sweatshirt shop called Blair Lamb Design. So I'm parked up here at my office right now, and I just got some orders packaged up and also got all of those customer service inquiries handled as best as I could. I really cleared out my email inbox, which feels good, but it took me the bulk of the day. Now, Riley and I did meet and go out to lunch for we just went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and that was really nice to just have a minute for the two of us to sit and decompress and just chat, and then we both went back to our offices and got right back into it. So I'm going to grab the kids. They had their last day of school, and so now they're in their summer program, which is fantastic, and they're really, really excited about it. And it's helpful, of course, for us on our end to have reliable childcare, and they're in a place that they're really happy. So all is well and good with that, and we are just moving on into more of a summer schedule as a family, and like swim lessons start this week, and just it's fun. It's a lot of great things. So we had a really nice weekend with Olivia being in town. It's stormy right now. It's actually like supposed to be major, big, huge, even maybe tornado storms. So I'm going to get the kids and we're going to go hunker down at home. Riley will probably leave work a little bit early today just to make sure that he's not having to drive through any of that. But that is what we are up to. It's been a busy day. Mondays are always a bit of chaos, but it's been a really good day. So I'm going to go grab the kids and I will chat with you guys a little bit later this evening, but welcome to my week, and I'm so glad that you're here. Well, good morning. It's Wednesday and I'm sitting outside, excuse me, and enjoying this absolutely gorgeous and beautiful day that we have. It is like the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the pool is flowing. I don't know what you can hear that's getting picked up on the microphone, but it is just like absolutely a 10 out of 10 perfect morning. I don't think I ended up filming anything yesterday for this weekly vlog because I filmed an in-depth daily vlog that I entitled Cozy and Productive Day at Home. So I will pop in what the thumbnail for that video looks like if you want to go and take a look. I have been really into doing deeper dive daily vlogs, but I only have so many days in the week, so that often means that one of my weekly vlog days has to be sacrificed for a deep dive. And I think I've gotten the feedback that a lot of people really like those daily vlogs where it's just more detailed and like little things that I wouldn't really share in a weekly vlog, because if I shared all of those little details in a weekly vlog, my weekly vlog would be 5 hours long. So it's one of those things where yesterday I didn't film anything for this video, but I filmed that video, and that video by now is live. It went up last Thursday, so you can go and check that out if you are interested. I'm sitting outside in this very peaceful environment because I would like to talk a bit about mental health and what my journey has been like. I have not been shy about sharing about my mental health journey over the past 9 years that I've been on YouTube, and then even before that on my blog. However, I share it usually as it's coming in bits and pieces, and so I don't know if I've ever really shared kind of a broad brush strokes overview of what that has all looked like for me. For those of you who've been following along for a while, I don't know that this will be fully new information, but I think it's important to regularly share because I just want to normalize what happens in life. Like, life is not always sunshine and rainbows, and sometimes you do need extra help and extra support in order to make it through. And that has been my story, and I'm so grateful for that, because where I am today is healthy and whole and feeling very steady and grounded, and that has not always been the case. To say the absolute least, that has not always been the case. I don't remember being a particularly anxious child when I was in, preschool, elementary school, or middle school. I do remember being labeled as shy. I was a bit more of an observer, a bit more introverted, but I didn't have great struggles with feeling super anxious. I did, however, really, really dislike certain things that I think for some people are just not that big of a deal. Like, we would go to a community pool, and you could go up to the snack bar and order like a chicken nugget basket or something like that. And it would petrify me to do that. I would be absolutely terrified and I would have like a visceral reaction to just go up and order that food. Or if I needed to call a classmate because we were doing like a group project, I remember that would just spin me out. So there definitely were things where I was a little bit more of a nervous Nelly, but I don't remember. Overall, I was very involved in many different activities as a kid and had lots of friends and did well in school and all of that kind of thing. Then we got to high school, and high school was absolutely awful for me. There was a lot of profound trauma during those years, both in my social world, academic world, and my home life. I've never really done a real deep dive or even really talked much at all about that time in my life. Maybe I will get the courage to share more at some point, because it was a very, very formative period of time in my life and profoundly impactful. I can't emphasize that enough. I was on the phone with my sister an hour ago talking about some of those high school years and experiences. So I can't overstate how impactful those years were and how impactful the hardships and trauma that I went through during that time were and are on me. And so after all of that went down, I went away to college, and I went 7 hours away to college on purpose in order to sort of have a fresh start, and it worked. I was able to put all of that trauma and junk on a shelf, so to speak, mentally, and just dive into life at college. And I had such an amazing experience over the 4 years of school. I got involved in so many different groups and activities, and I just did really, really well there. But then after I graduated, I moved to Texas. I went to school in North Carolina. I moved to Texas, and I started getting into, the real world, working, and I worked for a tech startup in marketing and hated it. And I was just diving into adulthood. And it turns out that when you put things on a shelf like that, they do come back and rear their ugly head. And that definitely happened. And so I ended up having a lot of mental health issues during that period of time, because it felt like I had been able to successfully put all of that on pause for 4 years because I was so distracted by everything that was going on at school. And then once I graduated from college and I was sort of alone with my thoughts again for the first time in a while, it all came tumbling back. So that was the first time that I ended up going and talking to a therapist and having that experience of talk therapy and really discussing like what had led me there. And it was a lot to unpack. And I was going twice a week for almost 2 years because I had shoved and stuffed so much down that it took quite a while to unravel it all. But I came out of that experience feeling so much more whole and healed. And I am so grateful to my therapist at that time and the help that she gave me. And so after that, then I ended up meeting my husband, Riley. We dated, got engaged, we got married. I was riding this complete high of finding the love of my life, falling in love, being in love, and planning our future together. We get married, we move in together into our tiny little apartment in the Texas countryside. And overall, I was doing pretty well at that time. Everything was going pretty well. About a year later, we ended up buying our first home, and we moved into our first home, and that was a really, really exciting time. And again, I was just riding the high, and then it started to be hard because after some time, not only was it hard, as many of you know, to adjust to living in a small town, making all new friends as an adult, and all these other, being married, all of these adjustments. That was the easiest one of all, but it was just a lot of transitions at one time. All of that was going on. And then we started trying to get pregnant, and it took about a year and a few months. So not nearly as long as many people's fertility or infertility journeys, but it was just a very high stress time and a high anxiety time, because that was something that we had wanted so much, was to have babies, and the fact that it wasn't coming easily to us, and that there was so many unknowns. We had gone to, I had gone to a preliminary appointment, and there was nothing that they could find, obviously, that was going on with me. And so then Riley was planning on going, and anyway, it was, as many of you know, it is a can of worms, and it is not a fun can of worms. It is a very stressful can of worms. We were really blessed that after a year and a few months, we did end up getting pregnant. But during that period of time when all of my friends were getting pregnant, my sister got pregnant, and everybody seemed to be getting pregnant, and I wasn't, and I already was in kind of a dicey mental health place because I had gone through so many transitions back to back. I did go again and see a therapist once again and go through some talk therapy and just have someone who was a third-party professional to help me work through where I was and the feelings that I was having and the concerns that I was faced with each day and all of that. And that was very, very helpful to me during that time to feel seen and heard and validated, and being able to be sitting on her couch every Friday and be completely honest was very refreshing and very, very helpful to me as I moved through that part of my life. We eventually got pregnant with our daughter, Nora, which was the joy of my life. Even though both times I was pregnant, I was so sick and not really feeling great. With Nora, I just was on cloud nine, and I just didn't even, the symptoms were like whatever. I was just so grateful to be pregnant, and that was a beautiful time in our relationship and in our life. And her pregnancy was relatively smooth, a lot of morning sickness, a lot of nausea, a lot of that kind of thing. But overall, it was relatively smooth. But then many of you know where I'm going with this, because as soon as she was born, I was put into my personal hell. And I needed help so badly during that time. And yet I was at home recovering from a really, really bad birth injury that required 3 follow-up surgeries and procedures to correct it over the course of about 6 months or so. And I cannot explain how devastated I felt. I was in such extreme chronic pain, and also was dealing with the absolute bottom of the barrel level of depression and anxiety that I had ever experienced in my life. And then I had this precious new baby that I was so excited about, and I felt like I was completely checked out. And here is where I want to talk about this portion of the video's sponsor, which is called Talkiatry. So Talkiatry is a mental health care practice that focuses on psychiatry, meaning that they are able to prescribe medication if you need it, and they accept insurance. So this is a resource that I that would have been life-changing if I had had this when I was postpartum with Nora, because getting out of the house at that time, I basically couldn't move around my house. I was in so much pain, and I was in such a negative and poor mental state that what ended up happening was my mental health spiraled drastically and dramatically before I actually got the help I needed. And if I had known about a service like this, where I could have been put in touch with providers who could have prescribed me medication and gotten me the help that I needed from the comfort of my home, and insurance would have covered it, truly this would have been absolutely life-changing for me. And so it is so important to me to pass this information on to you, whether it's something that you need now, a loved one needs now, or that you can stick in the back of your mind. And when the time comes that you need this kind of help, you have a resource, because I did not know about this resource. And it, like I said, would have changed my life had I known, because I would have gotten the help I needed so much more smoothly and more quickly, instead of what ended up being a very long process where I spiraled downhill very, very quickly. So Talkiatry focuses on psychiatry, meaning that their doctors can prescribe medication for a wide variety of mental health conditions. They operate in 44 different states and are here to help people navigate mental health care and find a great psychiatrist quickly. Talkiatry is not an app. It is a real medical practice that was co-founded by triple board certified psychiatrists to make mental health care more accessible and more human. So the providers are approachable, they're knowledgeable, they're supportive, they're empathetic, they're encouraging, and they're factual. And Talkiatry advocates for exceptional care, meeting you where you are and getting you the help that you need. There really are three main benefits of Talkiatry that sets it apart. So the first one is that Talkiatry takes insurance, and there is no extra above and beyond costs like a monthly fee or a usage fee. They accept insurance, and that is the way that you can pay based on what your insurance plan covers. That is huge. That is such a barrier for so many people. So being able to find a provider quickly online that accepts insurance is a game changer. Secondly, it is 100% online from the comfort of your home, so you don't have to drive for hours. I won't get into the lengths of my story, but what I ended up having to do was drive an hour and a half to 2 hours to see someone to get the medication that I needed, which was honestly one of the worst days of my life. I was in so much pain. I had my baby with me. I was driving all this distance, and it was just a terrible appointment. It was just absolutely horrific. If I had been able to log on online in my home, like, just thinking about that is like a deep breath. It would have changed everything for me. The scheduling is also super flexible, so you can find a time that's going to work for you. You don't have to worry about all these drive times and parking. And I remember when I was in that state, thinking about trying to figure out where I was going to park felt like I was trying to solve the most difficult mathematical equation in the universe. When you're in that state, you need things to be easy, and this really does make things a lot easier. Finally, Talkiatry is psychiatry with medication in mind and not just therapy. So you will walk away from your appointment or close your laptop after your appointment with a full plan, including medication, if that's what you need, as you move forward, which feels like such a win for someone who is looking for help. As I mentioned earlier, there's no monthly subscription fee, and there are a wide variety of different psychiatrists to choose from. There are over 450, so you can put in the information that you have and what you're kind of looking for, and you can be matched with someone who will be best suited to you and to your needs, and that way you can get that help that you're looking for quickly. And if a personalized medication plan is something that is needed, you can get that as quickly as possible. Although the process of getting on medication when I was in the depths of postpartum depression and anxiety, and my intrusive thoughts were absolutely out of control at that time. I was paralyzed by fear. I was paralyzed by pain. I was stuck in my brain and at home. It was by far my personal hell, worst time of my life, which is profoundly sad to me, because it was also when my baby had just been born that I had wanted so badly. Although the process of getting the medication that I needed was not a fun one, and it was nothing like what it would have been if I had known about a resource like talkiatry. The medication absolutely saved my life. And I don't say that lightly. It allowed me to find peace again and find light in this world again. And I was able to take small steps forward to feeling healthy and whole and feeling like I was a functional human being after not feeling like that for a very, very long time and feeling really scared, honestly, every day because I was in such a dark place. And so I have been very open about being on mental health medication on this channel now for many years. And I am not ashamed in any way to say that I still am on a mental health medication every single day to manage my anxiety and depression, because when I am on it, I feel grounded, I feel steady, and I feel like my true self. I don't feel like anything other than just who I want to be. And I am able to navigate the ups and downs of life and of motherhood without the darkness and without the heaviness and the crippling anxiety that I had been experiencing before. So it is always my heart that anyone who is in a really dark place gets the help that she needs to find steady ground again, because most of us in our lives go through something that rocks us and that puts us in a really weird place. And it's just nice to have a resource like this in your back pocket so that when you need it, you can access it quickly and get a personalized medical plan from someone who knows what they're talking about and can help you, again, within a very short period of time so that you can get back to feeling steady again instead of feeling like you're in this pit of darkness, because I've been there and I wouldn't wish anyone to ever have to live there for any length of time longer than necessary. I'm going to pop up a QR code here so that you can either screenshot it or take a picture of it. And if you feel like you would like to look into talkiatry for yourself or for a loved one, I think it would be a great first step. If you are in a place where you feel like you need some extra support and you don't know where to turn, take this as a sign to check this out, see if it's something that could work well for you. Again, the insurance coverage is just huge for so many folks, and so make sure to remember that, and the fact that you could do this from the comfort of your home and you could be able to have that flexible scheduling. So I really, really appreciate Talkiatry sponsoring this video, because this is something I'm so passionate about, is mental health, and particularly maternal mental health, because it is so under talked about, the changes and the brain chemistry changes that mothers go through when pregnant, when going through infertility, going through trying to conceive when pregnant, and then after birth. And all of that ends with a very reliant, tiny little human that we love so much, but that is also adding a lot onto our plate. And then we just neglect ourselves. And I think a lot of mothers wind up in really poor mental health situations because of it. So if that sounds familiar, I really implore you to check out Talkiatry and see if maybe that would be a good first step on your mental health journey. So to sort of wrap up my story that I was telling and bring you up to speed to where I am now. After I went on medication, I did also go through some talk therapy for about a year, including EMDR, which was also very powerful for me. And I did that for a while, and I was really able to move through some of those traumas that I had carried from my postpartum with Nora, because I was then getting ready to have my second child, and I didn't want to carry that burden into Colin's birth and postpartum. And I am so grateful to say that between the medication and the talk therapy and the EMDR, I went into Colin's birth relatively fearless and feeling really grounded. And his birth was a wild one. It was a precipitous labor. From the time I realized I was in labor to the time he was born was a very short period of time, but it was such a night and day difference from my first experience, and then his postpartum was such a dream. I was so happy and grounded and feeling so just in love with this baby, and I really got to experience that bubble of newborn bliss that sadly I was in such a dark place the first time. I never did get to experience that. And so I have stayed on medication all through to present day, and I'm doing so well. I will forever be an advocate for women getting, like I said, the help that they need, individualized medical help that they need, whatever that looks like for you in your situation. But I just want you to feel whole. I want you to wake up and feel grateful for the day and feel like life is full of possibility and that there is so much out there in this big, great, big, beautiful world to enjoy and be joyful about. And if those feelings don't resonate with you, I really hope that you'll at least consider giving Talkiatry a try and at least going and checking it out. So thanks again to Talkiatry for sponsoring this video. This is something that is so dear to my heart. I really relish the opportunity and privilege to share about an amazing resource like this with you guys. Here's my view from where I was filming just there. It is so peaceful out here. I'm having a hard time wanting to get up and get on with my day because it's just so nice out here. I'm currently pumping gas, and I'm just feeling very tender today after filming a couple of hours ago my outdoor sit-down chat about mental health, because it is just a passion of mine, as I mentioned earlier, and I have watched loved ones, family members, very close friends, and then looking back in my own life, of course, personally, like I've just watched people that I just love so deeply go through just such hard times, and some have gotten help in a reasonable amount of time, or however the best way to word that is, and some have not, and I'm just feeling very passionate about that right now. I'm always feeling passionate about it, but sitting down like that and focusing and thinking about that for a while has me really riled up about it. So I am heading up to my office now. Like I said, I'm getting gas. I've been so good about getting gas when my tank is half full instead of waiting until it is completely empty. And it has given me a peace of mind just knowing that every time I get in my car, it's at least half full. Love that. So anyway, I'm getting gas, heading to my office. I'm going to pack up some orders, and then I'm going to head over to Riley's studio office. He has both, and work on some production for a while before grabbing the kids. So it's been kind of one of those days where I've just hit the ground running. I do have a headache right now, and it feels like a pressure headache. I am very sensitive when pressure changes, like if we're having storm systems come in or rain. So I haven't checked the weather, but I would be willing to bet that there is some kind of storm system coming through, because I have that kind of behind my eyes, pressure headache. Does anybody else get those? I've gotten those since I was a little girl. I always used to joke with my friends oh, it's gonna rain today, and then we would be rained out for recess and would have to do our indoor board game recess, and they were well, you said do what? I don't know. I've just always been very sensitive to the pressure changes. So I'm guessing that it's gonna rain. We'll see if it does or not. Anyway, my gas just finished pumping, but I just wanted to do a little quick check-in, sending a very big virtual hug to anyone struggling. Because man, I feel for you. You know when you think you've planned your day well and timed everything, and then you just really haven't? That was me today. So I planned a grocery delivery for the barbecue pool party that we're having this weekend, this afternoon, thinking that, I don't actually know what I was thinking, but I was just thinking that it would work out perfectly. But in fact, it did not work out perfectly. I was in the middle of working when I got a notification that the driver was on her way. So I had to just pause everything and run home. So I figured I would show you. We got a whole bunch of hamburger buns and hot dog buns, and then the hamburgers and hot dogs are in the garage fridge. And then since it's Memorial Day weekend, I did get some red plates. I re-upped on mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup, and we do have some relish. And relish I don't feel goes as fast, so I didn't feel like I needed a fresh one of that. Then I just got some napkins, and I got a big thing of Capri Suns because There are like 6 billion children in our friend group. And so it's nice for them, the kids, to have something that they can drink. Then separate from that, also from Walmart, so I got some Quince jeans, I'll talk about it in a minute, but also from Walmart, I got some shorts for Colin. So Colin will actually be 4 this October, but he is just so skinny and tall. And when I am buying him 3T and 4T, he looks absolutely outrageous. It looks like he is wearing a Giant's clothing, like the waist doesn't fit him. Even when it has a drawstring, we tie it as tight as it can, they still fall off, and then they're super wide and they go down to his ankles, and he just looks not right. Like, they do not fit him. So I was looking and trying to find some shorts that looked like they were a bit shorter and that had a bit of a smaller waistband. And so I also ordered a size or 2 down. I got these in 2T, and now they were only $3.98. So I will have to try them on him, but they look really promising. So this is like a light red color. And then I got him a khaki color, which I already have packed for this evening, which I will talk about in a second. These are swim trunks, which I thought were cute, and they are also in the 2T because his other swim trunks, again, are just down past his knees. They're way too big for him, and they fall off. And then I also got him these, and they're really comfortable. They're like a sweatshirt material. I also got them in this lighter blue and then in this navy blue. So we'll have to see if these fit him well. If they do, I mean, I pretty much got every color. I think there was like a gray color that I could pick up, or even I could get duplicates of these. He does not have any shorts right now that fit him well. They all look pretty wild on him. So I'm going to need to figure something out for the summer because it's heating up and his days of wearing pants day to day are gone. It's time for shorts. Now, Quince launched denim recently, and I have long loved Quince. Like, they are my go-to brand for everything, but I have never tried their denim. So I ordered this pair of jeans. I'm going to go ahead and do a try on right now and see what I think of them. What I found out last night is that tonight Nora has a pre-K graduation, and I feel like I'm normally pretty on top of stuff like that, but I swear I did not see any information about any level of pre-K graduation. I thought we were finished last week. I did not realize there was a separate graduation ceremony, and I'm really glad that I caught it in time. So I picked up this bag of, I put like this dress she's going to wear in it and everything like that. So we've got that, and now I'm just going to change. I'm just going to wear jeans and a top. I don't think it's overly formal, but I'm really glad I called the school yesterday to ask about it, and I don't know how it completely slipped me and Riley's watch. Like, we both get the emails, all the notifications. It was tucked into the May newsletter, and I think we've just been so busy that we both missed it, but thankfully we were not too late. So anyway, I think right now I'm just wearing leggings, so I think what I'm going to do is just change into jeans and wear jeans this evening with this top that I have on. I think that'll be, perfect and appropriate for this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will show you what they look like. I'm excited. This is the stretch cotton denim, but these have a name. It's like the Bella Kick Flare something, organic cotton super stretch denim, Ecotech certified. I'll obviously link them below, especially if I like them, but let's try them on. My first impression is that I absolutely love these jeans. They are so soft and flexible. So I looked it up. They are called the Super High Rise Flex Kick Denim, and I think the color is Seaside Blue. There's a tag right here. Let me double check so that I can get it right. Okay, so the name of these jeans are Stretch High Rise Kick Flare Jeans in Seaside Blue. That is the wash name. Oh my gosh, I think they are so cute and so comfortable. And they're like really stretchy. You can like move in them. I don't even know what that thing is. Riley just got it. These are so stinking cute. And my belly button is here. So they're a little bit above. That's like exactly where I like my jeans to hit. And I can do the millennial tuck that you can pry from my cold dead hands. And I can feel completely pulled together and ready to be a pre-K mom graduate moment tonight. These are so cute. I'm gonna order like a bunch more of their jeans if they're all like this. I have heard good things about their jeans, but these are the first ones I've tried. Wow, I'm really impressed. Okay, I'm gonna link these below. I also ordered a few other things from Quince that haven't come in yet. This is the first thing that came in out of my order. So as they come in, I will share them with you. But I thought I would share these before I head back to work, and then we're gonna pick up the kids and then go to the graduation. And you know, they say that May is like, they're calling it May-cember because, you know, December is always so busy, and now May is also so busy. And like, it just goes to show, I would consider myself someone who manages my calendar pretty well. And the fact that I had no idea that this graduation was even happening until less than 24 hours ago is a hoot and a holler. But we're gonna go, it'll be great. Nora's really excited and all that. So I'm definitely wearing these jeans. Need to cut off this tag here. How cute. These are so cute. I really like kick flare jeans. I feel like they are just adorable. So we'll link them below. I won't point with scissors. Also, I forgot to share these cutie patooties as a little graduation gift for Nora, and she also needs some little summer sandals, but she will think that this colorway is just so much fun. I picked these up with my Walmart order. That's one of my favorite things about Walmart grocery delivery is that you can grab like shorts for your kids and sandals for your kids and things like that, as well as your groceries. But I think these are just absolutely adorable. So we're gonna give these to her tonight after her little graduation ceremony as sort of a graduation gift. She loves shoes, so she will be very excited about these. But then they'll also be perfect and practical this summer when we're, you know, doing anything with the water or whatever. So also grabbed those for my Norny bug.
And now I present Nora Lamb, and she would like to be a teacher.
Hey, Nora.
Yay, Nora! We just got back from Nora's pre-K graduation, and it was absolutely precious. I sat there and cried and cried and cried. There were like, they did little songs and they presented little awards, and Nora got her little award, and it was just so precious. It's just like hit me like a ton of bricks that I have a child going into kindergarten in the fall, and she's just so grown up, and like she was my little tiny baby, and now she's so big. Here's my little graduate, and I gave her her new shoes for graduation, her little graduation gift shoes. You want to show them? Just now when we got home, and what do you think about them?
Good.
You love them?
Yeah.
They're really cool. So we're just enjoying this absolutely beautiful evening. She did so well at her graduation, and Riley and I were both very emotional. I sat there and just cried and cried. It was extremely precious and sweet, and just, like I said, it just was a hit of reality that she's growing up so fast, and she's going to be in kindergarten in the fall. But it was great. We did go through and get Happy Meals for the kids for dinner, just as like a little celebration, and that was really fun. And now we're home and just letting them swing and play and enjoy some outdoor time because it is a beautiful day today. Oh, and then we're gonna do bath time and bedtime here in the next about 30 minutes. So I'm just enjoying being outdoors this time of year. If I could just have this time of year all year, I really would.
We're having a pool party.
Yeah, Nora says we're having a pool party. We are. I was sharing with you guys earlier a little bit about that. So we still have a little bit more to do to get ready for it, but I'm not overly concerned. I was counting in my head. I think there's going to be 32 total people, but the vast majority of those people are kids. I think it's only 12 adults. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I think it's only 12 adults and the rest are kids. That's how many kids we have among us. So just got to make sure I have enough kiddie stuff. And but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy this evening, but I just wanted to have a brief check-in, a sweet mama moment.
Mommy.
It was very precious.
Mommy, can I show something?
Yeah. Good morning. It's Thursday now, and the kids just left. I'm getting ready to leave to go to the gym. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and I slept hard last night, but got a good night's sleep. I think we all were pretty tired. It was a full day yesterday, but very sweet and just very, very nostalgic, and I don't know, it just made Riley and I both feel so many emotions watching Nora walk, across her little pre-K stage, just knowing that truly in the blink of an eye we will be doing high school graduation. I know this is high school graduation season, and some of you are high school grad mamas this year, and it just truly does go by so fast. The days are long and the years are so very short. It's crazy. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm not sure if I already said that. And then I have quite a bit of work. I'm coordinating with Hannah right now when she's going to come in. Oh, she just responded to me. Okay, so after lunch, she's going to come in. So we're kind of figuring that out, and we have quite a bit of work to do today. I was up there for a while yesterday getting work done, although I did, in the middle of it, have to come home and grab these groceries off our front porch. Like I said yesterday, I did not time that well, but that's okay. It's okay. I want to talk about these shorts I got for Colin. So these ended up working out really well. He wore a pair last night. I brought him a pair to change into for Nora's little graduation, and then I put him in the light blue pair this morning. And I will link them below. They're only $3.98. Now, like I said, he's going to be 4, which is mind-boggling, in October. And these are a 2T. So I went down, I would have probably bought a 3T, so I went down one size. So if you have a little guy who is the same as Colin, is just really skinny and needs something that's going to stay up, but isn't going to be like these long, huge, ridiculous looking boy shorts, and is not going to break the bank, I feel like these definitely fit the bill. So these are the Garanimals brand. Like I said, I'll link them below. And I got him these in 2T, and they're the solid French terry short. I also like them. I do like the idea of a drawstring because, of course, that allows you to tighten the short so that it's smaller. However, with little boys and little girls, honestly, but it's really hard for them when the drawstring is tightened to get their shorts on and off for pottying. And so the fact that this is just stretchy and it actually fits to his body is the most ideal short situation imaginable, because he can actually by himself take them off and pull them back up independently. So these are a win, and they're not too long. You can see they are normal short length. I don't know what the deal is. I have seen some ads for little boys shorts on Instagram, probably because I've been searching them a lot. But some of these more specialty brands that are selling them, they look amazing. They are truly addressing every issue that I have with little boy shorts, but they're very expensive. And I am not at a place to spend any large sum of money on Colin's clothing because he is just so hard on his clothing. It is ripped, stained, dirty. I mean, I just can't explain enough how much his clothes just get trashed every single day. And that's great. This is his childhood. It's not important to me that he has his clothes in pristine condition. That's what a washing machine is for. But the point is, I'm not going to spend a high dollar amount on clothing for him that he's going to be wearing day to day, because it will absolutely get trashed. So these are a win, and I'm glad that I bought them. They just looked like they were going to work out, so I did end up getting them, I think, in 4 colors, and that should carry him for a while because I do laundry virtually every day. So I'm hoping that we can use those throughout the summertime. it's really interesting. Kids' clothes, there's so many different options, but every kid is shaped differently. And so trying to find, like my kids are pretty tall. No big surprise. My husband is 6'4". I'm 5'6", so I'm not short myself, but I'm more average height. And then Riley is definitely tall. And I think my kids both are going to have his height based on their little growth charts. And so a lot of times that's the issue that we find, is that their shorts and pants, well, the shorts thing is like a whole separate issue, but the pants a lot of times are too short, especially on Nora. But she is so small. She just has such a little tiny waist. And so if I buy like the next size up, they are falling off of her, but the length is right. So it's one of these things that I have to find the brands that, and we have, but she lives in leggings. Like she really lives in leggings in the cooler weather months, because those actually fit around her waist and the length is correct without like falling off. So anyway, every parent knows this is like some like secret struggle that we all go through, whether your kid is a bit shorter and chunkier or tall and thin or some combination. We're all struggling to find our cute, sweet kids clothes that are going to like function for them and work for them. So anyway, now it's 8:34 because I've been standing here talking, and I'm going to grab a quick bite to eat and an Alani Nu energy drink, and then be on my way out to the gym so that I can get my workout done and then go up to my office and get some things done there as well. Just this week, it just feels like it's been one thing after the other. And then tomorrow morning we start swim lessons, and we host swim lessons for our neighborhood friend group in the backyard. We hire a certified swim instructor who comes, but we all meet in our backyard. We have 4 different classes that span from 9 a.m. to noon. So I don't really have to do much for that, other than I do need to clean the outdoor cabana bathroom. That has not had a top to bottom scrub down since this season has opened, and I want to make sure, before people come over, that is done. So we've got that coming. And then the next day, I showed you yesterday, we're doing like a Memorial Day weekend barbecue or cookout / pool party. So anyway, there's just a lot. And I want to send a message to all of our friends who are coming, because I counted last night and there's 32 of us total. I think I already went through this. And set a few boundaries around our pool. I am a pool safety complete freak, unapologetically, because it is just so scary to me, the dangers of it, every adult thinking another adult is watching the kids or something like that. Things can happen just so quickly. So our rule in our pool is that unless the child's parent is in the pool, that the children must be wearing life jackets. So I do need to send that out and remind everyone that is our home rule. And then that's always a little tricky with the kids, because the day before we will have just done swim lessons, which of course they don't have life jackets on for swim lessons, but they're in groups of 3 and 4 with a swim instructor, and this is going to be more of a party vibe. So anyway, you can never be too careful. I'm going to go ahead and send that text message probably this afternoon to my girlfriends and just like say, hey, this is kind of our boundary for the pool. I'm going to have my swimsuit on. Everyone's welcome to get in with your kids. But just so that you know, like, we really don't feel comfortable with kids swimming without life jackets unless their parent is actually in the pool with them. I just don't want anything to happen of any kind on my watch in my home. It's so scary. Pools are so amazing. It's such a fun thing, but they're equally dangerous, and you just have to be really careful. And we have been freaks about safety since we moved in, and we have never had a single, even like slight incident. But I'm not gonna like let up now, So anyway, I am all over the place this morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
All right, it's about 9 o'clock now. I'm heading into the gym, and I got a little pep in my step. I'm ready to go work out.
just want to show you that it's 12:46 p.m. and look what it looks like outside. We are under a tornado watch right now. It is like pitch black. Like, look how dark my windows are in here. It looks like I'm working at night, but it's the afternoon. It's 12:45. Super weird. Super weird. Well, good morning. It's Friday now, and let's see, it's a little after 10 a.m. and we are in the throes of swim lessons. Colin's lesson was earlier, and Nora is currently having her lesson, and I have the swim instructor who is a certified swim instructor, a certified lifeguard, and all of my friends outside. We are like water safety freaks. I'm making myself a quick cup of tea, so I thought I would say good morning to you while I do so. It has been a really good morning so far, and the kids are having a great time with the swim lessons, and it's always like, it's just so fun. We did this last summer too, where we did the swim lessons every Friday morning. It's such a fun way to kick off the weekend because we moms just get to catch up and chat for a little while. I do have Hannah in my office today working, so the way that I usually handle that is I send her a email in the morning with a long list of, or not necessarily a long list, today it was only 3, but they each take quite a while, a task list for the day so that she can reference that with any like notes about special orders or if there's anything that's different than the average normal, like whatever. So I sent that to her this morning, and so she's going in to do that. So it's a huge weight off my mind, which I have reiterated this in so many different ways, in so many different videos, but it's just really, I can't explain like profoundly enough how helpful it is to know that while I'm here enjoying my kids, enjoying swim lessons, things are still getting done for Blair Lamb Design. Love that. I also made a whole bunch of samples for our new summer line, so I'll have to show you those later. But I'm just going to take my little tea and go outside and enjoy the morning. It's a nice morning outside. It's warm, but there's a little bit of a breeze. The pool water is a bit cold. Riley actually just turned on the heater in the pool because the kids are like shivering. So that's going to warm up a little bit. The day I'm sure will warm up as well, but yeah, that's that. So good morning and happy Friday. Well, hello. Nora's here too. Say hi. Where did you just get to go? She just got to go. Our friends rented across the street one of those big water slides.
Not across the street. It's
Like across the street and down the street a little bit, but pretty close. We can see their house from our house. They rented a big inflatable water slide because it's one of their daughter's birthdays, and Nora got to go over and play for a little bit, didn't you? Did you go down the slide?
no.
You did. Yes, you did. And Colin stayed home. He's asleep right now after swim lessons. He's worn out, and you're probably pretty tired too. So I just got the rest of my Quince order. I showed you earlier in the week those jeans, and so I'm going to try on all the other things, and Nora said she's going to hang out with me, aren't you? Ooh, mushy, mushy, mushy. Okay, you come sit up here, and Mommy's going to try on. You can let me know if you think, yes, I should keep it, or no, I shouldn't keep it.
Keep what?
I'm going to show you. Also, this is not from Quince. This is from Blair Lamb Design, my t-shirt shop, but this is... Please be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s. This is a best-selling shirt, and I love wearing it with just like, well, not with slippers. And little do you know, I wear slippers all the time. But it's just such a cute, it's so cute. And here's Charlie. I'm trying to lock everybody in this room with me because Colin is asleep on the couch, and I want him to stay that way. Okay, so let's start with, let's see, I have quite a few Quince things. I got this dress. I'm going to try it on. I got this because it's an organic cotton dress. The color I thought was going to be a little bit richer. It's definitely lighter than the blue that I typically like to go for. However, Riley and I are going away for our anniversary somewhere tropical, and I want to have some pretty dresses to wear in the evenings for that. So I'm going to try this on. Yes, Angel.
I don't like it.
She says no. Can I try it on at least? It's kind of like Cinderella-y.
Don't keep it.
Okay, let me try it on and then we'll see what we think. Okay, as soon as I put this on, Nora said, actually, I do like it, right? Yeah. It does have, girlfriend, yes, it does have pockets. It's very, the material is very nice, and it's lined. It has a liner in it, which I think is really nice as well. But this would be so cute on our little tropical getaway as like when we go out to dinner one night.
Wait, Mommy, where are we gonna be?
Grammy and Pop Pop are gonna come here and they're gonna stay with you for a couple of nights.
How many
Well, let's
days?
see, for 4 nights.
In 5 days?
4 nights and 5 days. Okay, this is a keep. I really like it. The color is not exactly in my autumn palette, but I kind of use that as a loose guideline. And I also heard someone say that whatever color your eyes are, you can always wear that color. And my eyes aren't quite this blue. My eyes are a little bit more gray blue, but I feel like it's close enough. And this will be just so pretty on a tropical vacation. Very into this. Yes, I'm keeping it. It comes in a lot of other colors as well, and even some striped patterns.
Mommy.
And it's organic cotton. Love. All right, I'm keeping this one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is a set, but you buy it separately. So this is the Flow Knit Breeze Pullover in heather green. Can you tell in this lighting? It is a heather green color. And these are the Flow Knit High Rise Boyfriend Joggers. When I bought these pieces, my thought was for traveling to or from Alaska, or just generally while we are on the Alaskan cruise. Like if I just want to be comfortable but feel pulled together to go get a cup of coffee in the morning or something like that. And this material is so nice. It feels way more high-end. Like it feels like it would come
Can
from.
I feel it?
Yeah, feel how soft it is. It feels like it would be like a Athleta, Lululemon, Viore. That's how it feels. It has that super soft material. So I put on my Nikes because this is probably how I would style it. Now you could wear it down. It hits at your hips, which I think that's actually cute. Like this is like a cute look. There is a drawstring, but it's on the inside. So you could either roll this down one and then you would have the drawstring on the outside, or you could do the drawstring and then tuck it in. I probably would be more likely to tuck it in. And then you can take this and do a little bit of a front tuck action if you would want.
That looks cute. What is the front tuck?
You like it with the front tuck?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Not a millennial is saying yes to the front tuck. I feel like this is such a cute travel day fit. Imagine just like a crossbody. Yes, this is a hard yes for me. It is so, so comfortable. It is like soft. Flow knit is the perfect word. Like, good job marketing, Quince. It's like soft, flowy, breezy, and you can just like, just so, like I could sleep in this, but also like being on an airplane in this would be ideal. And our flight is pretty long up to Canada for the cruise. This might be my travel day fit. This might be my travel day fit. So these are both a keep, and these also both come in a variety of colors. So I will make sure, I'm gonna link all this below. I'll link these below too. This is a yes. Quince is such a win for me every time. Next up, I'm gonna try on another pair of jeans. So these are a different pair of jeans than the ones that I tried on earlier in this weekly vlog. And I wanted to read on the inside what the name of these jeans are, because I was having a hard time last time reading them while wearing them. So these are called the Bella Stretch Relaxed Straight Jeans, and the wash is called Atlantic Blue. So let's try them on. Okay, this shirt is just Amazon Crazy Yoga, which is a Lululemon dupe brand. I really love it. It's very comfortable. Oh, he's silly. But I just put it on because it's a cropped cut so that you can see these jeans, which I love. I love these even more than the other ones, which is saying something because I also really like the other ones. I had heard that Nora's putting my clothes on, Charlie. I had heard that Quince jeans were amazing, and like, of course, they're so amazing. Okay, these are so cute. These are so, so, so cute. I love them.
I have a surprise for you.
I love them. Love the fit, love the wider leg. They have a lot of stretch in them. Like, again, like the other ones, you can drop it.
Mommy,
They
how
are.
do I do this? Like that.
We've been working on snapping with Nora. They come up, it's a higher rise. Again, my belly button is, let's see, it's right here. It's like right on the button. So they're a little bit of a higher rise, which I really like. I think these are absolutely adorable. Now, the last thing I want to try on today is this. Is a hug for Nora. The last thing I'm trying on today is this waterproof short rain shell jacket. This color is called Ink Blue. It is such a pretty color. And this is for Alaska. I don't have any rain jackets. I had one and I sold it and I never got another one. And like this feels super important for 8 days in Alaska. So let's try it on.
8 days in Alaska?
8 days in Alaska. And let's see. Oh, immediately, yes. What had happened was I had ordered a rain jacket from Quince, not realizing that it was not this same jacket, it's a different one. And the rain jacket was called oversized rain jacket. And I missed the word oversized. So I ordered it a size up because I like my rain jackets to have enough room that if I want to wear a sweater underneath, it can fit. And then I got it and it was absolutely way too big. And then I looked at the description and realized that it was already oversized. So I needed to just order my normal size. So when I went to put in for an exchange, it was then out of stock. So I went and looked and they had just launched this rain jacket, which I actually like better than the original one. The old rain jacket that I had that I sold was North Face, and this reminds me exactly of North Face. It's like it feels just exactly the same. I'm gonna wear this all the time in the spring and rainy weather, and definitely in Alaska. So that's my little Quince haul. I also got 2 of their perfumes to try, which I have never tried, so I'm gonna grab those and we will see what we think. But that's the end of the clothing portion of the Quince haul. And once again, I'm keeping everything. I swear this brand is my absolute favorite ever because everything is a win for me. It's so nice. Like, love. Okay, I switched to my normal camera because I don't need to show you my body for this part. So Quince launched perfume a little while back and I have been intrigued, and I started seeing the reviews and everybody was loving it. So I was like, I'm gonna try. So I bought 2 different kinds.
This is good.
You like it? So this one is their best seller according to the website, and it's called Minerale, I guess. Here's what it looks like.
Can I see it and smell it?
Oh, it smells like a high-end.
I smell this. This is good.
You like that one?
Can I smell that one?
Yeah, here you go.
It kind of smells like this one. Smell it? Can I put some on me?
Okay, so there's 2 that I got. Yeah, in just a second. Can I have the lid to this one? The black lid, thanks. Okay, so we got Minerale, and then this one is Jasmine. I don't know French. I'm pretty good with Spanish. This one is really good too. This reminds me very much of Good Girl by Carolina Herrera, which is a perfume that I love. It's not the exact same, but it has a very, very similar fragrance profile. This one has a bit more, the Minerale has a bit of a cleaner, fresher smell. It's not as musky as this. I really like musky perfumes, but this one has, I'm trying to think of a perfume that reminds me of this. I can't really think of one. I really like this. This would be beautiful in the summer because it's like a fresh scent. So you can go look at the fragrance profiles. I'll link these both below, and there are several others, but these were the 2 that stood out to me. On my body, that Minerale one has a bit more of a woodsy smell than in person. That could probably be a unisex scent. Like that would smell nice on a man as well. The other one reads a lot more feminine and floral. Not really floral, but just more feminine to me. So I don't know. I'm not a fragrance connoisseur, but I do really love when I'm getting ready for a night out, or I'm going out with my girlfriends or with Riley or something. I do really love to do a spritz of perfume and Riley really loves it. He loves when I wear perfume. So anyway.
Which one did I always put on me?
You put on the same one I did, Minerale. I will link it all below if you want to check any of it out. Hello, it's Friday afternoon now, and it has been just such a really good week and a really good day, and the weather is just lovely. We had crazy storms. I showed you a bit of that yesterday, and tornado warnings, and it was just kind of a chaotic weather day yesterday, but today it has been absolutely gorgeous, and we are enjoying it so much. So, oh yeah, it looks pretty. It looks really pretty. So this evening, I think our family of 4 is going to swim and eat dinner here and just enjoy a little pool evening. And then tomorrow in the evening, we are doing a Memorial Day weekend pool party with our friends, which I've mentioned already. So Riley is at the grocery store right now, picking up the last few items that we need for the party tomorrow. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I do think I'm going to film it. I'll see how I kind of handle that, but I do think I'm going to film it. Here's my Velcro baby. Just know if you have babies younger than mine and you have a baby who is like deeply attached to you, they will be Velcro babies forever.
Kelsey is going to bring cookies at the party tomorrow.
She is.
Yeah, she's bringing cookies for dessert.
That sounds really nice. Because this little one has wanted to be physically touching my body since October 30th, 2019 at 3:09 p.m. And it's very, very sweet. It's very, very sweet. I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I do have samples of a bunch of new designs that are coming to the shop, but I'm going to save them for my next video because this one is already very, very long. But watch this space and make sure you're following Blair Lamb Design on Instagram so that you don't miss when those launch. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I would love to hear what your week has been like, and I will leave everything that I've talked about linked below. And another thank you to Talkiatry for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate that. I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you've had a wonderful week, and I hope that you are enjoying the beautiful, great outdoors wherever you are. I'll see you next time.